What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing the big preview of the game between Manchester City and Real Madrid in the Champions League. It's semi-final time, first leg from the Etihad Stadium on April 26, 2022 with an 8 PM BST kickoff time. Anyone going to the game, enjoy yourselves. If you want to watch the game in the UK, it is being broadcast live on BT Sport. But before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then do make sure you have subscribed. Social media links in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen. Email in the description, partner channel in the description, TikTok links and social media links all in the description. If you want to go and check them out, that would be much appreciated. Leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video. It's a big one, this one. So let's be ambitious. Not 100 likes. Let's double it. 200 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. And also don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Lastly, this video, it's too big not to be sponsored, so it is sponsored and it's brought to you by Kitbag.com. This video is brought to you by Kitbag.com, who are offering you a Fanatics experience. You can buy all the latest Manchester City shirts, shorts, socks and much more when it comes to City memorabilia. You can buy all the latest kits for this season. You can also find previous season's kits as well as the new releases of City shirts for next season when they are released. You will get a fantastic deal with lots of affordable prices and discount codes available to ensure you get the best deal. You will also find access to other teams' memorabilia too, including those based in the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, Liga 1, other kits from teams around the world, international kits, as well as options for men, women and children. What are you waiting for? All links and details are in the description. And yes, I did get my 1956 Manchester City FA Cup winners retro jersey from here. Thank you very much to Kitbag for sponsoring this video. Go and check them out. Links in the description. Go and make use of their offers. Let's crack on then with this preview and let's talk about our oppositions. Real Madrid sitting first in La Liga, won 5 of their last 6 games in all competitions. Their only loss since their embarrassing 4-0 defeat in the El Clasico at Bernabeu was losing to Chelsea in the quarter-final second leg at the Bernabeu, which finished 3-2 in extra time, which, reading between the lines there, is telling me Real Madrid are very good away from home. At home, though, maybe a bit sceptical, so it might be very important here if City can get a win. That'd be brilliant, but it might just be about here City getting a nice positive strong result, and that might just be not losing this game, staying in the tie, get them back to Spain where they might not be as strong, and then really go at them with the fans on their back with pressure on them as well. They won away from home against Chelsea 3-1. What we can't allow Real Madrid to do is win this game, and if it's going to be a disaster, you want to keep the score nice and tight with no away goals, of course, counting. Now, Real Madrid, they knocked out PSG, then Chelsea in their run to the semi-final. Pretty difficult run, that one. And now face Pep Guardiola and Manchester City, who, of course, knocked Real Madrid out of the Champions League the last time we faced them in the 2019-2020 season. Gabriel Jesus, he was on a mission in that tie. And like I said, he could well feature, could well start in this match at the Etihad Stadium. Real Madrid have knocked Manchester City out at the semi-final stage before, when we had Manuel Pellegrini here in charge in his final season before we got Pep Guardiola. And so, in knockout phases, it's reading 1-1. Something has to give here. Now, Real Madrid, they've not played since last Wednesday. That's 6 days rest. They beat Osasuna away from home 3-1 in La Liga. They're well rested. They're better rested than Manchester City, who played at the weekend. They beat Watford 5-1 on Saturday in the Premier League. Now, Real Madrid, where's the dangers? Well, let's speak about the main man, Karim Benzema. He's the man that Manchester City must stop. He must be kept quiet for 2 games. If we can do that, in my opinion, we go through to the final of the Champions League. He's in great form. He's deadly in front of goal. Can score with both feet. Can score with his head. He's always alive. He's always moving. He's a difficult man-to-man mark. And so I would give it to, in my opinion, the best player to keep a player quiet, or pocket them if you want to use a word that gets used by football fans. Then I'd be telling Ruben Dias, if he starts in this game, your job, keep Karim Benzema quiet. Man mark him out this game. Don't give him an inch. If we can do that, like I said, that's a big big bonus for Manchester City. If we can't, then Real Madrid have every opportunity of getting not only a positive result here at the Etihad Stadium, but also going through to the final. Looking elsewhere in their squad, Luka Modric, what a brilliant player. So good with his feet, his movement and his play. He's dangerous in forward positions. He's good playing the deeper role as well. He needs to be dealt with. He's another player that needs to have limited time on the ball. Rush him, try and get him to move the ball, try and force the mistake. He might not make a mistake, but other players around him might, and that's what Manchester City need to do. Now, we've got an obvious threat in the form of Vinicius JR. Kyle Walker's a brilliant player. If we had Kyle Walker available, he would play in at right back. If Pep's thrown a masterclass and Kyle Walker just rips off his protective boot, his foot's absolutely fine, he's just been milking it and he's ready to go at right back for this game, then that's a massive bonus for Manchester City, because Kyle Walker, he's got the pace to match Vinicius JR. He can keep him quiet, he can pocket him every single day of the week. The more than likeliness is, though, we won't have Kyle Walker. Cancelo suspended, so it's going to be a makeshift right back, more than likely John Stones. And so with that in mind, Vinicius JR is going to be rubbing his hands here. Now, I'm expecting to see potentially Valverde given the go on the right hand side. It could be Rodrigo. I've been reading about the Real Madrid fans and the pundits and what they've been speaking about and saying about for Real Madrid. They reckon it's going to be Valverde ahead of Rodrigo on the right hand side. They've got other options as well. Players like Asensio could well feature too. In terms of defensive midfield, keep an eye on this one. Casemiro, brilliant player. He is a doubt for this game, though, which to me does mean he starts, because I think it's too big of a game for Real Madrid not to risk him, even if he's not 100% fit. If he's 70 or 80%, I think Real Madrid risk him for this game. But, like I said, apparently he is a doubt. Ferland Mendy, he's another player that's had an injury. Apparently he is over his injuries though, and he should start at left back, and Dani Carvajal starting at right back. We could well see Militao partnering David Alaba. He's had a fitness test, David Alaba. Militao was suspended, I think, for the second leg against Chelsea. He'll return back to the starting 11. David Alaba's having a fitness test. He's probably going to pass that. I would be surprised if we didn't see Alaba and Mendy and Casemiro all starting in this game, though. And then they've also got Thibaut Courtois starting in goal, which I'm hoping Kevin De Bruyne is going to give him a nice friendly wave. He likes playing against Courtois. He's man on a mission from the personal stuff that happened between them. Always looks to try and get one over him. And De Bruyne moved on from that. Always looks like he wants to be dangerous and make things happen. If he can do that, and we can have a De Bruyne masterclass, I'll tell you right now, Real Madrid don't stand a chance. When De Bruyne is scintillating on form and making things happen with his passing, his crosses, his assisting for goals and scoring for goals, there isn't a player better in the world than Kevin De Bruyne. If he's on it, the big moments, the big games, Manchester City stand every single chance of getting through to the Champions League final. Could see Marcelo maybe feature. Could see Gareth Bale as well, but he seems to be out of favour. His pace, though, could be pretty useful for Real Madrid if they are going to use him. Real Madrid led by Carlo Ancelotti, a very experienced manager, a very good manager as well. So that's what Manchester City are going up against. Now, for Manchester City, beat Watford at the weekend, made it through. We've knocked out Atletico Madrid in the quarterfinals, beaten them 1-0 at the Etihad, which ended up being the most important goal. And you guessed it, Kevin De Bruyne got that goal. So Real Madrid need to find a way of stopping him. But that 1-0 win at the Etihad was so important to us going through with a 0-0 draw at Atletico just a couple of weeks ago in Madrid. We managed to keep Atletico out, and Manchester City ended up going through and stopping the potential of a Madrid derby in the semi-final. So yeah, there's that. Kyle Walker, like I said, he is injured. Cancelo suspended, so I am expecting to see John Stones, who did have a niggle, return to the starting 11. If we don't have John Stones fit enough for this game, that's a disaster. It'll probably be Fernandinho, whose legs have gone, starting at right back. That's a disaster. So if anyone's in shape, can play at right back, maybe get yourself a Manchester City kit and start doing some warm-ups, because he just might be needed for this game against Real Madrid. Diaz, he's back. He'll probably go into the starting 11 for this game. So I'm going to pop up my team prediction now for you. Ederson in goal, Stones at right back, Ake at left back, Ruben Dias and Aymeric Laporte as our two centre-backs. All four of our centre-backs straight in there. Don't tell any of them to get forward. Their job, keep that Real Madrid front line quiet. Keep them quiet. we can get a good result here. Rodri, defensive midfield. De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva in the middle. They're the dangers for Real Madrid. They're what Manchester City need to make this game about. Make it a midfield battle, because we've got an excellent midfield. If we can do that, I'm confident, even though they've got Luka Modric, we can go through to the final of the Champions League. Mahrez on the right-hand side, Phil Foden on the left-hand side. Jesus likes playing against Real Madrid, fresh from 4 goals at the weekend against Watford in the Premier League. He's in form, he's excited, he's been linked with the exit door, he seems like he's got a point to prove. Get him out there, see what he can do. We've got the options of Grealish, Sterling, Gundogan, Palmer, Delap, all in attack. Defensively, Dini, Zinchenko, who could well start in this game. Youngsters like Mbete and Egan Riley. Goalkeeper Steffen on the bench as well. Could see big Scott Carson in there. It was offering fights to the Atletico Madrid players out in the car park. We could see it again for Real Madrid as well. We may have to wait until we're in Madrid in a week's time for the second leg before we get into the real meat of everything happening here. But this game is so important to Manchester City. So important. We want to win the European Cup for the first time ever. We've got to go through the most prestigious team in the competition, in Europe, in the world, to get there. So it's not like we can't say we haven't earned our way to the final. We haven't had easy draws. We've had to earn our way to the final. And these are the big moments that define the season. And Manchester City need to be focused and motivated now more than ever. Now, Manchester City, if you didn't know, for Real Madrid fans, sitting top of the Premier League, competing for the Premier League title. It's very close at the top. We've got massive games coming up this weekend. We've got a match away against Leeds United. It's a must-win game, and we're going to have to rotate, considering we've got Real Madrid again next midweek away from home for the second leg, with the final of the Champions League on the line in that game, and so rotation could be key. And Manchester City, looking a bit depleted at the back, need to be careful of injury, suspension. De Bruyne is on a yellow card. He gets a yellow card in this game, will be suspended for the second leg, and in the second leg, if he gets a yellow card, he'll be suspended for the final. So we need to play the game here very well, and I mean play the game, not the actual football game, the game, if you get my drift with that. That means if we're 1-0 up and you feel a little, the Champions League referees, they blow at anything, so you get a little niggle, a little touch, and we're winning, go down. Play the game. That's what Manchester City need to do, because I'll tell you right now, Real Madrid know how to play that game, and they'll be doing that as well. Now City, the danger here, they need to avoid being sucker punched. First 10-15 minutes of this game is so important. We need to avoid the space for Karim Benzema, not letting Modric have too much time on the ball, not letting Vinicius JR get in and around our defence, and keeping Valverde, if he does start, or Rodrigo, quiet in attack. Keep them quiet. We can win this game. Move on as the game goes forward. Take the game to Real Madrid. Patience could be key, just like it was against Atletico Madrid. We know what we need to do. Like I said, a win here would be a dream. My heart's telling me 2-1 Manchester City. We can win this game. My head's telling me 1-1, and a lot of people will look at it and go, it's a draw. City haven't won at home. Real Madrid are the favourites. Not necessarily. Like I said, with how Manchester City play and them being away from home, I mean, the fans, they're only sold out one tier of the 3 tiers that they've got available for the away fans. So the Real Madrid players, they're under very little pressure. There's always pressure because they're Real Madrid, but they're under not as much pressure as what they normally would be. And if this was at the Bernabeu first leg, Real Madrid were to get a very negative result, the fans will be on the back. And for the second leg, the pressure and the stakes are so high. Let that Bernabeu atmosphere become hostile towards them, because they turn very easily there. Pep Guardiola knows what it takes to beat Real Madrid, being the former Barcelona manager. To me, a draw isn't a bad result. It gives us something to work with going into that Madrid game, and I actually think that match at the Bernabeu might suit Manchester City more than this game at the Etihad, because our form at the Etihad, it's good, but it's not amazing. Our form away from home is very good, and Real Madrid's form away from home is excellent, yet their form at home isn't amazing. So there's just so many fine margins here. City, like I said, got to the Champions League semi-final here against Real Madrid by knocking out Sporting CP in the last 16 and Atletico Madrid in the quarter-finals. In the other clash, for the other semi-final, it's Liverpool taking on Villarreal, another English against Spanish team for a spot in the final in Paris. My head's telling me 1-1 for a score prediction. My heart's going 2-1, which I think would be a great result. In terms of my betting tips, I think this is going to be both teams to score. I don't see 90 minutes both keepers keeping either team out. I think this will be both teams to score. We've got two teams here that like to attack, that like to play football. I just don't see Real Madrid not scoring in this game. I reckon Benzema will get a goal. He's just a hard player, he's a difficult player to deal with. He's so good in any kind of situation. I can see him getting a goal. Jesus loves playing against Real Madrid. I can see him getting a goal fresh from getting 4 against Watford, if he does start, of course. And De Bruyne loves scoring past Courtois. I can see him getting a goal. So if it is to finish 2-1, I'm going for Jesus and De Bruyne for City and Benzema for Real Madrid. That's my betting tip for this game. Do wait until the teams have been announced before placing your bets. And if you are going to gamble, do remember to gamble responsibly. And when the fun stops, stop. So there we go, first leg. It's a massive game here for Manchester City. It's our biggest game of the season so far. And when the return leg comes next week, that's going to be the biggest game of our season so far after that. We've got so many big games here. But the bigger the game, the bigger the reward. If we want to win the big ears, the Champions League, the European Cup for the first time, we must go out there, knock out Real Madrid, the most prestigious, most successful team in Champions League and European Cup history. Let's go and get the job done. It's a big hurdle. I believe, though, that we can do it. Let's go and do it. So there we go. That's been the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Plenty more Manchester City and football content coming for you guys. I won't be doing a live watch along, unfortunately. I'm incredibly busy over the next week. You will be seeing why over the next couple of weeks or so. So you do have that to look forward to, but hopefully I'll be able to check that out and give some of my thoughts on my social media, either TikTok, Instagram, Twitter and stuff. So go and follow me on there if you haven't done so already. Also, don't forget as well, social media links in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And lastly, go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by kitbag.com. Go and make use of some of their amazing deals that they've got in place. Go and check out some Manchester City merchandise, some Real Madrid merchandise, all merchandise with lots of clubs from around the world on kitbag.com. So go and check that out, link in the description. Go and use my link, and if you want to buy anything, do make sure you do it through my link, because that does help to support the future content created here on my channel. And I'll see you all again very soon for the next Manchester City video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everybody is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.